So I'm going to talk a little bit about what's called a flip and a flop that maybe the collective or you're going through right now. And this last week has been pretty interesting for many people ever since the 3rd of July. So I'm going to wait for some people to jump on here and we'll see what comes out, see what wants to flow a little bit. I call them the car portals. This is where I just get in my flow in my car. I've had my truck for quite some time, but I don't know, something about getting in a car and you're driving, you just go into that no-mind state. We'll see what wants to come in. But hopefully you guys are doing amazing. I'm going to say hello to everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're staying hydrated. Staying hydrated for sure. Breathing. Moving your body a little bit. Coming back to that 0 point space, right? Because so much of our life has been dictated, right, of who we are, what we do. And we take on those things and they become us. So what I wanted to touch base on tonight is kind of just implementing this balance within. I think right now a lot of people could feel like they're maybe being, up and down on a seesaw, so to speak, right? That seesaw motion where people get sickness. Why do people get seasick? Because that's a manifestation possibly of the ups and downs going on in their life. Who knows, right? Who knows? That's something for you to discover. But what I've noticed is that as we continue to wake up to things, as we continue to connect dots, as we continue to start paying attention and becoming more aware and, taking our power back in so many ways, it's new to us. It's new to us, or some of us maybe, not speaking for every single person, but it's new. And sometimes it's hard to really understand the differences between things in life when we don't experience something different. How hard is it to become aware of something when every single day you're doing the same routine over and over and over and over? And that's what's kind of getting shifted at the moment. That's what's kind of glitching. That's what's kind of crumbling. Whether it's the schooling system, sports, entertainment, just things that we used to do so unconscious, right, for so many years. And I was unconscious to it at all. I just thought that that's the way everything was. But to bring it back now here today and wherever you're at, because right, it's the present moment, whether you're aware that you're going back in time a little bit, or like stuff from your childhood or your teens or your 20s or your 30s or your last relationship or your last job, it's like, why is this coming up? I don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to feel it. Yeah. How can I escape this, right? How can I run from it? How can I numb this? What's my scapegoat? What's my out? Well, those outs used to be the very things, the very things that the Matrix used to provide. And, so you hear so many people talk, escaping the Matrix, leaving the Matrix. And in prior videos, I've always talked about the Matrix, the movie, as a trailer for our life. And that you just can become aware of it. And now that the Matrix is stopped, our unconscious patterns not have stopped, they're just now getting more crystal clear. But what happens is it's very up and down, because usually we would have a scapegoat. We would have that out, right, for those kind of things. So knowing where we are today and understanding where we are today and realizing that we've been living, I always go to water, and it is Wednesday, back to a dehydrated state, right? That state where we don't see clearly. We have that brain fog. We're a little confused. We don't know what to believe. We don't know who to trust. The people that we gave our power to are no longer looking out for our best interests, right? The media now is becoming more aware that they're lying in a way. Our idols, quote unquote, that we thought to believe to be true, it's not appearing what it seems to be. So we're kind of lost. We're in that middle space, that in between, right? Not full balance, but kind of seesawing up and down. And to give you guys a breakdown in a nutshell, the system and the world and what we've gone through our whole life, probably in our past and our parents' lives and our grandparents' lives and all these other lives, is it really has kept us in a state of lack and dehydration where poverty, war, anger, greed, lust, all of this can manifest. And that's where we have taken that awareness that we've been overly in our overly masculine way. And there's nothing wrong with the masculine way, right? And I'm not talking about men, I'm talking about the energetics, right? strategy, science, logic, all of these things. There's nothing wrong with those. Those are actually great tools. But what happens is those tools, those attributes are flipped. They're flipped upside down. And what we're trying to do now as a society, and maybe each and one of you we're trying to navigate our life with a flipped upside down boat. Right? Our boat is flipped upside down and we don't know the direction. Our compass is drowned, right? Our sails are no longer there, and we're trying to keep afloat. So as this shift is occurring, a lot of the matrix systems is designed, it's not broken. And I want you guys to think about that for a second. You know, oh, we have such a broken system in America. Our world's so broken. It's not broken. It was designed with that intention. Because when you realize it was designed with that intention, you can flip that intention, right? The moment you think it's broken, well, we're just going to keep focusing on what doesn't work. Well, if you can figure out what does work, we can start flipping it. So, for example, in business or in sales or in any kind of product or sharing something or an opportunity, ask yourself: has my boat been flipped upside down? Where now it's not fulfilling me, or it's not exciting me, or it's not really lighting me up, but we're becoming aware of it because it's now crystal clear that that boat is upside down. And so if you think about it, we're now shifting, right? Our seesaw is shifting, and that shift is now going towards more the feminine energy, right? The more feminine aspect of reality. The listening, the compassion, the understanding, the gratitude, the creativity, the expression, where all those masculine things can manifest in their full form. But a lot of us might not know how to express it, let alone know that it's there because it's been suppressed for so long. So as you shift more, whether you've been feeling called more to journal, you've been feeling called more to get out in nature, whether you've been feeling called to change your diet, drink more water, stretch, breathe, right, ground. Those are some common things that you can definitely do that embodies that feminine aspect within yourself. So as we want to do that more, now our seesaw is swaying more to the right, the feminine side of things. And it's different, especially for men. It's a different aspect of living that I've had to grow into and embrace, because at first I wanted no part of that side of me. I didn't even know it was there. It was so suppressed. That boat was flipped upside down. And so as we segue more and you're figuring out this balance, what happens is you start taking pressure off your masculine energy, right? The pressure, the water pressure, the air pressure. We start taking pressure off that toxic way of maybe being overly masculine, of competition and ego and lust and envy and greed and competition and just control, manipulation, persuasion that manifests in so many ways. We've given that pressure and taken it off as we do more feminine things, right? When we do that, we now have that conscious decision that we can make, that we can flip it. We can flip it. Simply flipping of the switch. That's why when you flip a switch, your light bulb goes on. What light bulb? That's your balance within. That's when your seesaw is balanced. That's when your scales are balanced. That light bulb goes on and that divine connection is ignited. So to get to that, we've got to understand that there's balance in both things, right? Being overly masculine, overly feminine. These are energetics, guys. This is an energy. This is not necessarily having long hair and wearing lipstick, or, going out and working hard and having dirt on your shoes. These are just energies, because that's what everything is. That's what really, truly, God is all things. Everything is energy. God is energy. And it manifests in so many shapes and forms. Now, how can you implement that in your life? Just start asking yourself, where am I overly masculine? Where am I over feminine? Where could I flip certain things in my masculine? Where can I flip certain things in my feminine? And you'll start getting clues throughout your day, right? You'll start getting ideas. You become so present and aware that everywhere you go, there's a clue on how to do that. We've just been so unconscious because the Matrix has told us where everything is instead of us finding what it is. And that's, again, taking your power back. Yes, it's electromagnetism. We are electromagnetic beings. We're figuring out, and we're not only figuring it out, we're feeling it out. Figuring out and feeling it out. Two different words, completely different meanings. We try to figure things out That's the masculine. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. When we feel things out, that's more the feminine side of things. There's nothing wrong with that. Those are both amazing. The yin and the yang. As so above, as so below, as within, as without. The balance and the polarities, right? Why do batteries have a positive and negative? The balance, yes, is the key to life. But yet, to find that balance, many people are searching for things outside of themselves. But guess what? The very things that they've been searching for outside of themselves is now getting shut down. It's shutting down. Look around you. Look around you. From sports to Hollywood to schools to entertainment to distractions to bars and happy hour and TV and reality shows. It's all just stopping because that's where we used to look for our answers. The answers are all within you now. And what happens is when you become aware of this, it gets a little scary. And it gets a little scary not in the way of a boogeyman under your bed. It gets a little scary because you realize how powerful you are. The fear of power within ourself has kept us trapped, giving our power outside of ourself. Right? Think about that. The fear of power itself, that's what they don't want you to wake up to. They don't want you to realize how powerful you are. They don't want you to realize that you can actually find these answers within. They don't want you now to go away from their gurus and their doctors and their lawyers and their professionals, right? They don't want you to actually tap into your inner masculine and feminine balance. And once you discover that and you tap into it, right? We say tap in, tune in, turn on. Abraham Hicks talks about that a lot. You turn into your channel. You tune into your channel. I had an idea the other day. I'm patenting it right now. Not YouTube, you channel. What are you channeling today? And I'm not saying you have to close your eyes and connect and have something speak through you, but what do you feel today? What's your gut feeling today? What are your instincts? Do you trust those instincts? Do you trust your gut feelings? Because remember, that's the feminine, that's the body, that's the embodiment that many of us are waking up to right now. So wherever you're shifting, maybe like the last week or so has been up and down, you get these waves of excitement, then you get these waves of, yeah, what is this? This is not me. But then waves of, this is me. But wait a minute, who am I? And you're trying to discover and figure out and feel it out of who you really are. And I want to give you a heads up that it's going to keep going like this. Because every single day you're taking your power back. We've unconsciously throw lassos around so many things outside of us, and every day those lassos are being cut. The cords are being cut. Maybe you're feeling headaches, some nausea, some fatigue, some irritability, some emotional swings, some anxiety. Those are byproducts of your cords getting cut from the matrix and the power grid that is now liberating the world. Liberating the world. And it's absolutely mind-blowing. It's powerful and it is amazing, but at the same time, it can be scary. But I want to remind you that it's okay. I want to remind you that you're exactly where you need to be. Where you're at in this present moment is exactly where you're supposed to be. And now you have that awareness to take those necessary steps, left brain, masculine steps, to fully feel what you are capable of. If you get caught figuring it out, like I tend to, you're going to get caught in the loop. You're going to get caught back in that matrix, that cycle, the hamster wheel, right? You're going to get caught in the hamster wheel if you're trying to figure it all out. Our brain, our chemistry, our quantum mechanics, our energetics, our human design, all of that, it thrives when we feel it out. Because the human body was gifted with the gift of emotions, energetics in motion. Not many animals can feel emotions. Plants can, but not all plants have a central nervous system. You see, the human body is equipped with so many gifts. It's almost like when you get gifted so many things, you almost feel like it's, I shouldn't have all these. Here, you take it. I don't want all these gifts of having intuition. I don't want all these gifts of feeling my energetic body. Emotions. I can feel my emotions. I don't want this. I don't want this gift. Well, Now you get to flip it. Now you get to flip the gift. When you flip the gift into, wow, how grateful that is to have these feelings and emotions, you just met uncertainty and discomfort with gratitude. And that, my friends, that's it. That's it right there. If you're going through an emotional swing, if you're trying to figure stuff out, if you're stuck in your head, if you're breathing deep or shallow, thank you. Thank you. Ah, it's so weird. Thank you. Thank you. You say it enough. Wow. Okay, so it is. And that's where we're headed. And that's what we're feeling, right? So as we shift from the left to the right brain, as we shift from the toxic masculinity attributes that all men and women and children and teenagers, plants and animals all have been programmed to, we can now shift to a more Christ, God-centered, connected universe that is in the right feminine brain that allows us to express and be open and feel and not figure. We can feel more and figure out less, because when you feel more and when you let yourself feel more and when you sit with yourself feeling more, you're unlocking gifts that have been in you for so long. So like I always say, happy birthday. Happy birthday to all of you guys. I hope this little flow helped maybe with some things you're going through. Just know that it will pass. This is all divine timelines and timing, whether, the things you read or see in the news or the media or politics. Just come back to yourself, because those are in fact reflections of the emotional state that you are experiencing in this time, which is the greatest time to be alive. And you guys all know that for sure, right? So take that, embody it, sit with it, feel it out, let someone else know. And here's another thing too, guys, if you're really kind of honing in on this stuff and you're feeling more aligned with it and it's tapping in, help others. But here's the thing, we can't do it for them. You can't change someone. And that was hard for me, especially when it came to my close family, my immediate family, my friends, to try to fix and help. But ask yourself, what questions can I ask to bring out the best in somebody? What space can I hold? How long can I listen to somebody, just maybe for 5 minutes, that could change their day? What affirmation can I send somebody today to let them know, hey, everything's going to be good? Because that right there is what they don't want you to do. They don't want us coming together. They create the wars and the splits and the racism and the rich, middle, and poor class. It's all division and separation, and that is the toxic masculine way of doing things. But no more. No more, no more. So if you're feeling like you're grounded and you have some information or you have some truth to share, share it. I don't care if 2 people follow you. I don't care if 100,000 people follow you. That's for you to decide. But right now, more than ever, the collective is waiting for your voice, waiting for your embodiment to speak your truth. No matter what you say, you cannot make people happy. You cannot control their thoughts. You cannot control the words that come out of your mouth, right? Nothing. But you can control what you say, think, feel, and do. And that's you taking your power back. And that's what the world is waiting to hear from you on. Okay? So I hope this helps. The lightning, what does that symbolize? The lightning emoji? Well, we're just remembering how electric we are. And that everything is electric. Check out the book, The Electric Universe. Lose your mind. Everything is electric. It's very, very powerful. It's really incredible. That's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, guys, really comes down to sitting with your seesaw, embracing the ups and downs, recognizing maybe the things in the masculine that weren't serving you anymore, accepting it, thanking it, but also tapping into the feminine of, receiving, being creative, flowing, expression, maybe journaling, speaking your truth. And what's going to happen as you start tapping into these things, you're going to balance that seesaw. And right there, when you get to that boom, right in that point in between, that 0 point energy, that's your reset. And that's what the world's resetting to. That's why coronavirus, oh my gosh. Racism, oh my gosh. Economy collapse, oh my gosh. Mainstream media, oh my gosh. School shutting down, oh my gosh. We're like this. What else moves like this? the waves of the ocean. We're different waves from the same ocean, and never forget that. We're in it together. We're all on this planet together. We're in this reality together. Well, shoot, we're coming out better together. And so it is. All right, guys, have an amazing night. Thanks for jumping on. Hopefully you took that message and received it. Share it. Post it on my page, and I'll see you on my next flow. Much love, guys.